Drivers will see more construction on East Kellogg as a new plan to redirect traffic is about to begin. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Arnold. That story in just a moment, but first, fire investigators are looking into the cause of a house fire in North Wichita. That fire broke out around 8:45 this morning at a residence in the 800 block of North Terrace. When crews arrived, smoke could be seen coming out of the home, but fire crews were able to quickly put the fire out. Officials say the homeowner evacuated on his own. He was taken to the hospital and is said to be in serious condition. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Another big story this noon, starting tomorrow, drivers in East Wichita will notice a significant traffic change on Kellogg. Beginning at 7 a.m., eastbound and westbound Kellogg traffic will shift onto the newly constructed frontage roads between Greenwich and Zelta. Drivers should expect a minor delay as crews redirect traffic and close the area's side roads.
Drivers in the area Saturday morning should expect a period of approximately 30 minutes where law enforcement personnel direct traffic at the Greenwich intersection while the new frontage road signals at Greenwich are activated.
Officials say this is a milestone for the East Kellogg project as this will allow crews to start working on the freeway portion of the Kellogg Highway. Fire crews in Harvey County continue to keep a close eye on the site of a fire at a North Newton co-op. It started around 3:30 Thursday afternoon in the 1900 block of North Main Street at the Mid-Kansas Co-op. Fire crews from Newton, Heston, and Halstead converged on the storage building next to the grain elevator. And because of structural damage to the building, firefighters had to use a defensive attack to fight the fire from the outside of the building. Newton Fire Chief Scott Metzler says it took crews about 3 hours to get the fire under control.
This building is floor to ceiling with high piled storage, compressed plastic, styrofoams, things like that. So the smoke was very nasty. The fire was very intense.
Chief Metzler says there are no reports of any injuries and crews plan to go inside the building once the sun comes up to try to determine what exactly caused this fire. In news across America, firefighters are monitoring the smoldering remains of a fire at a Pennsylvania assisted living center. At least 20 people were injured when a 5-alarm fire ripped through a nursing home in Westchester, Pennsylvania, late Thursday night. As many as 140 residents had to be evacuated, while another 20 were taken to local hospitals for treatment. Residents were triaged on a neighborhood street, then were transported to a number of different shelters on ambulances and school buses.
It seemed the staff was doing a great job. They got everybody out as best they could, and it seemed like they were being taken care of and moved to a safe and warm facility.
Now the cause of the fire is under investigation. In Washington, D.C. today, U.S. Senator Al Franken is asking his colleagues to investigate his own behavior after new allegations of sexual misconduct. Tracy Potts has more from Capitol Hill.
You can't put together...
Senator Al Franken apologizing in a statement after being accused of groping Los Angeles radio personality Lee.
Now we're also tracking the latest developments in another harassment scandal rocking the Alabama Senate race and the GOP. According to a new poll, Roy Moore is now trailing his Democratic opponent by 8 points among likely voters. But he remains defiant, speaking out, surrounded by some of his strongest supporters and religious conservatives, some of whom stood up for Moore on their own.
Yes, I have taken a stand in the past. I'll take a stand in the future, and I'll quit standing when they lay me in that box and put me in the ground.
You simply cannot fake being a godly, a true, a trustworthy, a valiant leader.
This while more women came forward and accused Moore of a range of unwanted advances. The White House says the people of Alabama should make the decision on who their next senator should be, and Alabama voters will do exactly that on December 12th. In our continuing coverage, the man accused of killing his ex-girlfriend and dumping her body in southern Sedgwick County made his first court appearance today. Darnell Coleman is charged with first-degree murder for the death of Tamsin Kaiser. A judge set Coleman's bond at $500,000. He will be back in court on November 30th. The Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office is looking at ways to help overcrowding in the jail. One solution will be to repurpose the work release center. But in order for that to happen, they would have to get approval from the city of Wichita and let residents in the area know about the change. They say the public shouldn't worry about safety because it will operate the same as the current jail.
We're actually making it a more secure facility, plus we're saving the taxpayers upwards of a couple $1 million a year by doing this.
Now, Dietzman says she doesn't know the exact amount the county would save, but hopes it would be between $1 and $1.5 million. Now with Thanksgiving less than a week away, students and teachers are making a last push to fill tables with turkey and all the trimmings for the less fortunate. Staff and students throughout Wichita USD 259 have collected food items. Students were on hand to collect them for all the various schools this morning. Items collected will go to the United Methodist Open Door program. The event is not only meant to help those less fortunate, but to give the students involved as well.
It used to be years that we would struggle getting enough food, and the students just love that kind of activities, and it's an opportunity for the students to give back, and they like to do that as well.
Open Door organizers for the food drive say the items they collected today will go to feed nearly 1,200 families in the Wichita area. Now still ahead on your news at noon, a new attraction headed to Derby hopes to make science a lifelike, hands-on experience for your family. We'll learn more about the dinosaur theme park after weather.